Howdy, folks. Hello from quarantine. I don't know how you guys are all taking this, but yeah, it's been a time. It's been fun. Not. Let's be clear. This video is not really about makeup. I'm gonna do my makeup basically just to have something to film, but I kind of just need to talk. I need to chat. So this is officially a Warpaint and Whine. And I feel like we all have plenty to whine about at this point in time. So, cheers, pour you one, and let's sit down and let's talk. I've been keeping myself busy through quarantine with different house projects and different things, and I don't know why I'm twirling around a spoolie, but whatever. I finally got my desktop that I built to, edit videos somewhat stable now. It's been a thing because that's what building a desktop looks like. You always think, wah, and it's usually more like. So anyway, so it seems like it's stable now, so I figured I'd better get off my ass and actually film something to edit on it. So here we are. Do you want to come sit up here too? My dogs have decided that they sit behind me now, so you'll notice that I am in my computer chair because my normal chair that I use for filming doesn't hold two dogs behind me while I sit here. This is my life now. I've worn makeup twice in like the last month. We were down south visiting my folks, and we were also down there for my sister-in-law's wedding. Congrats. Yeah, so I wore makeup at the wedding, and then I didn't wear makeup again until like a week ago, I think. We refinanced our house. I know, old people things. But we had to, sign the paperwork for the closing, so I got all dolled up and actually wore makeup for that. So that's the second time, so this will be the third time in like a month because, like, where are you going? You have nothing to do. There's nowhere to go. Whatever. Yeah, so you're just getting lonely and going a little stir crazy. Do makeup-y things now instead of just talking. This is Hangover Good to Go Skin Protecting SPF 25 Moisturizer. I started using this stuff when we went down south, and it's okay. I don't love it. It smells basically like sunscreen, but it's bright. So I'm wearing SPF, so why not? I'm also kind of just like using this as an opportunity to try out some stuff that has been just sitting here on my desk that I haven't even like opened yet or done anything with because I haven't been wearing makeup, so all of that. So we've been in quarantine. I got sick. I don't know that I had COVID. You won't prove it to me otherwise, but I got sick on March 4th, which was the week before spring break. So I called off that Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and I've basically been in quarantine since then because over spring break, our school told us that, basically we weren't going back. Everybody was already off campus for spring break, and if they needed to come back basically to clear out their dorm rooms or whatever, like to get their stuff, that was like they had a couple of days to do that, and then it's just the campus shut down. So spring was nuts. We moved to online courses or online whatever, and I learned a whole new respect for everybody who does that full time because that's nuts. But I think our particular circumstance is a little different because we normally teach really hands-on labs, and how do you teach that online with no extra software or simulation or anything like that? So that was a thing. I don't know. I'm going to use my Hangover primer that is nearly dead, so I just want to work on using that one up. So that was a train wreck, the norm. I don't think I'm the only teacher who wanted to absolutely throw myself off a building trying to adapt to all of this, but we made it. We got through it. Life went on. had to cancel a bunch of things that we normally would do, like our, advisory board meeting and, things that would happen in person. We started to do one through Zoom, but opted out of it because I just didn't think it was going to work out. And luckily, some other colleagues of mine tried to do one of those for their program, and it was kind of a complete and total flop. So I'm not wishing that happened to them, but it makes me not feel as bad for having canceled hours and nipping out. Since that's been done, we've just been bouncing around trying to figure out what the hell we're doing. I've formed an unhealthy Minecraft habit at this point, basically because we don't have any interaction with people. We've got like our server set up, and we've got our Morgantown friends play on that with us, so it's kind of like being with people because you're there in your little world together and stuff. So that's been helping, but it's still just so isolating. Like, I can only imagine how bad this would be for somebody who lives alone. Like, this would be absolutely devastating. We've got pets, and we've got, we have each other, we have, projects for, stay busy sorts. So, but this would just be so bad. Face. For my foundation, I'm gonna do all-nighter waterproof long wear, because if I'm gonna bother putting on makeup, I'm gonna put on a lot of makeup because it's what I do. I do like this one. It's not perfect, but it does stay put pretty well. It's been hot and sweaty, so I've been trying to get things that stay. I'm not a fan of reapplying or any of that kind of stuff. But of course, when you're not touching your face and all of that, that does help, keep your makeup on longer. It doesn't help keep your makeup on longer? Wearing a freaking mask. But, it's life, okay? All of my Facebook junk has summed it up excellently. At least now it's really easy to tell who's a complete inconsiderate piece of shit, because they're the ones not wearing masks. Put your mask on and pretend. It's not gonna kill you. It's a very small thing you can do for, humanity. Okay? Yeah. We got that out of the way. But yeah, so every time you go out, you get furious. It's so stressful. Okay, we're West Virginia, and so far we've been lucky, and there's been statements made that this already went through earlier in the year. I haven't seen any actual proof of that and whatever, so it wouldn't really matter anyway, because now they're finding studies that your antibodies only last for a couple of months. So even if you did have it back then, you're not still going to have antibodies, so you are still susceptible. So there you go. Like I said, I got sick in March, and I still think, I really still think that's what I had. But at the same time, tomorrow's the 4th of July. So even if I got sick then, I'm still going to get sick again. Or I can get sick again. Because this crap is mutating. And when you have this many people getting sick, how many trillions of times is that virus reproducing? Let's think about that. So probabilistically, you're going to have some mutations. So this virus is in fact going to mutate, and it's going to do it much faster than, say, the flu that just doesn't affect as many people. So the last death toll count I saw in the United States at this point in time was 127,000 plus, which is horrific and appalling and hard to even wrap your brain around. I'm usually a pretty down-to-earth person. I usually don't get too torn up. I'm a big George Carlin fan. I've always been the anti-germaphobe. I have an immune system, and that's what it's for. Yeah, that's true. But, that has a limit. You like my hair? My husband's been cutting my hair in quarantine. He does a really awesome job. So, you know what? That's $60 I didn't have to pay to somebody else. And if I find something that needs trimmed up, guess what? Hey dear, can you take a little bit off of this? It works great. It's wonderful. So good things do come out of quarantine. Yeah. It's just crazy though. It's crazy how shitty all of this is. And how many people are just so in denial about the whole thing. I did the math the other day based on the world's population, based on the population of the United States, based on how many deaths we've had, based on the number of deaths that we've had on the planet. We have 4% of the planet's population, but 25% of the deaths. No, we have not handled this well. But I have to count my blessings because I'm a professor. I can teach online. So, and I'm also a 9-month employee. Like, we do fall and spring. That's our contract. But I get paid. Like, I split up my pay over the whole year, so I get paid anyway. So, like, we're here. We're home. We're in quarantine. But at least, you know, unlike countless people, we're not freaking out about we got laid off and we don't know how we're going to pay our electric bill or whatever. Like, you know, we're basically doing this normal. Actually, if you want to get really down to it, we drive an hour every day on a normal basis, so we're going through so much less gas, and we're eating out like seldom. Like, you order a pizza or something occasionally, but like basically you're eating at home and you're not driving, so it's been good for the budget as far as that's concerned. You know, hasn't been good for the budget, that heaping hulk behind me. But that's, again, another story. Maybe it's not. It's just been a pain in the ass and been expensive. There was a story. I've like forgotten how to do my makeup. It's been so long. And also I'm talking, so that doesn't really help. The mental health status in this country is just screwed after this, though. Like, it was bad before. But now it's, like, really bad. Basically, everyone who's lived through this is going to have PTSD from it. Like, when is the next time you're going to feel safe going to a ball game? Just sitting down and eating in a restaurant with somebody at the table next to you? Like, when is the next time you're going to feel comfortable doing any of these things? Like, I don't know about you, but I know already that this has changed me. And I don't know how to process that exactly. So that's one, though. Like, I've been places. I've been to, like, Lowe's and stuff, you know. I can't even explain why I haven't been wearing makeup. Like, it's just so much effort. I know that's, like, a classical sign of depression, not wanting to do things that you normally enjoy. But I feel like I'm not alone in that. I don't feel like that's even, like, weird at this point in time. Maybe it is still. I don't know. I can't wait until we're out of all of this, because I need more Botox. The mess is definitely worn off and makes me very, very sad. I really rather liked not having crow's feet and 11s, but yeah, I had an appointment for that before my sister-in-law's wedding, and my brother-in-law now, before their wedding. But, like, who's going to, like, with everything that's going on, who's going to go sit down and have somebody get, like, this far from your face to stick needles in you? Like, I know it all has to be sanitized, but, like, it's not the needles I'm worried about, you know what I mean? So, I canceled that, so that's well overdue, but, I mean, I guess I'm saving money on that, too, because mess isn't cheap. It's effective, though. I had meant to do my eyes first, and then I just habitually did my face first, so hopefully I don't screw up my eyes whenever I do it, but whatever. Again, we're not going anywhere. So how about you guys? Like, are you losing your mind too? I mean, I'm asking you that question like you can talk back to me on a video, so apparently I am at least losing my mind, but whatever. Just trying to get back in the saddle on this. I've been out of this for way too long. I really was enjoying it, but just everything. It's just been stressful. Work, life. Yeah, we've been trying to get pregnant. That hasn't obviously gone very well. We're not going to get into that because that's just personal stuff, but let's just say that's going to be more difficult than we had thought. So that's, of course, disappointing and stressful. Then you've got all this COVID crap that's going on. Yeah, it's just, I feel like I'm doing better than a lot of people, and I'm still cracking up, so. Oh, contour here. Let's see, powder, Tarte Shape Tape Setting Powder, contour was Chocolate Soleil, and my blush is Bare Minerals Loose Powder Blush in Flowers. Just, you know, because this is still makeup and all stuff. So Morgantown in particular is now having a huge spike of all of this crap, which is terrifying. So we're just trying to stay in and do nothing. Back to what I was saying, yeah, West Virginia up till now hasn't really seen a spike. So realistically, this is when this is going to hit bad here. So that is quite unnerving. But I don't really know what to do about it. I really don't. Yeah, we're just trying to stay in, fly low, under the radar and all that stuff. Yeah, this has the makings of getting really bad around here. So this is the Ofra Nikki Tutorials highlighting trio. This is the Glazed Donut, which is I think her like signature highlighter, but it is like whoa. And we all know that if I'm going to wear makeup, I want people to know about it. That's a messed up one maybe, but that's personal preference. I don't want to look naturally pretty, because I'm not naturally pretty. I want to look made up pretty, because, I don't know, that's me. If I'm going to spend the time to make myself up, I went a little bit forward on that. Tone that back. Oh, just a sketch. I don't know, I want somebody to be like, I want somebody to say, oh, she is really pretty. I want you to say, her makeup's rocking. Yeah, I want you to know I spent time on this. Thank you very much. MAC Fix Plus in Rose, because I don't know, I like the scent. Doesn't really matter what kind though. I just feel like I've had such a hard time focusing, just settling down to do anything really. Like I just don't feel like I have it together. Like the one thing I have been doing a lot of is, I guess we've been cooking a lot because, you know, you're eating in a bunch. And I actually really like to cook. So hashtag COVID body. I'm the heaviest I've ever been. So that's fun. But I'm really just trying not to stress about it because like you're in quarantine. There's basically nothing better to do or like nothing to do but eat and drink and watch the news and be depressed and eat and drink some more. So yeah, that's part of the coping mechanism. But let's see, we planted a garden, so that's been a lot of fun. We had started to do an aquaponics setup, and I don't know what has held us up on that exactly. Tons of things, I don't know. But anyway, so we had started to do that. We didn't make it like really too deep into that project. It's basically sitting there with lights on, but nothing is like hydroponically planted, and there's no water in the tank, and there's no fish and all that. Because we're fish people. So yeah. We're not like saltwater, fancy, discus, whatever fish people. We're like, we have big planted tanks and a bunch of guppies and cute, peaceful, happy things in it. So that's kind of more of our I don't know, jam on that. But yeah, we started to do that, and then we ended up not. So we planted a bunch of seedlings. Those made it mostly through the spring, and then we got a frost in May. That killed like half of them, so we ended up just going to Lowe's and buying little plants and starting them. But we have basically like a planter garden on our deck, and we're just kind of enjoying, I don't know, having that project. I intend to learn to can when like my tomatoes and stuff start coming ripe, because it's not like I'm going to be able to eat 10, 12 or something bushes of tomatoes by myself. My husband's not really that big of a fan of them unless they're in a sauce. Or pico de gallo. That's his jam too. But yeah, you can only eat so much of that all at once. It's just two of you, so I want to learn to can. There's a lot of fluff on the eyebrow. Can you see how bad that mess is? I'm going to have to, like, actually pluck that and clean that up. We're supposed to be back on campus in the fall, but we're supposed to be social distancing, and we're supposed to be wearing masks and all that stuff, and that's great. I'm glad. But like, how the hell are you gonna do that? They haven't told us what we're being expected. Like, are we supposed to be putting some stuff online? Are we? I know WVU, for instance, is supposed to be doing like a 50-50, like half the kids go to class one part of the week and the other half go to class like the other part of the week, and it's just televised for everybody who's currently at home. Like, that could work. I don't know. Remains to be seen. I think the most depressing part of all of this, though, is just how much faith in humanity I've lost. I mean, don't even get me started on Black Lives Matter and George Floyd and all of that, because why are we still having this debate? People are people. I think we should all be able to agree with that at this point in time. But yet, apparently we can't. That's fucked up. I keep telling my husband, like, the worst part is my jaded, I don't know, angsty 13-year-old self was right. And that really bothers me. And again, I'm just kind of screwing around here, so I don't really know what I'm going for, or what I'm going to end up with, or even if it's going to turn out. So we could look like a clown by the end of this, but I'm still going to post it. I don't care. I am on the fence about how I feel about ColourPop. I really like them. I like their products. But they are so hard to order from. One, they take forever to show up. Like, I ordered this back in March. I want to say like March 20th or something. I didn't get it until like mid-May. And then with one color already sold out that they just didn't send me, they refunded it, but like, I really just wanted the eyeshadow. I didn't care to pay for it, clearly. This is Mariposa. Even makeup, which has been such a like standby stress relief, it's just felt like too much effort. You guys been like that too? I used to always wing my eyeshadow out like this, and then I just kind of like stopped one day. So we're doing it again. Why not? This is Manifest It Matte with Pearl. Alright, whatever. Let's go with Earth Shine. We're gonna just Mr. Sandman. Thinking Nectar. So I'm going to take Mr. Sandman now on a smaller brush and give this more of a halo look, or at least that's the hope. I like that better. Alright, let's have some eyeliner and see where the rest of this goes. This is Essence Super Precise Eyeliner. I've never used it before, so... Oh, that burns. It's super crooked. Well, we're going to call that there, because it's not getting any better. This is Lamora Angled Detailer. I'm going to take that bright fuchsia that I've got basically everywhere, and I want to make the bottom match. Yeah, but I'm overall just trying to get back to normal. Hope you guys are hanging in there too, though. We're strong, we're tough, we're gonna make it through this. Alrighty, well, I'm done with my makeup, and I'm not ever gonna be done with my rant, but I'm out of things to say, so see you guys next time. Hang in there. Stay safe.